look how nice you look.
I know. You gave me a reason to like put makeup on.
Oh, I love it.
Time and days.
So the site is live.
Good. I've just been so excited to finally see it and to share about it. I mean, I feel like I've been holding on to this big secret, and everybody has been like, well, I mean, we have a newborn right now. And so everyone has been saying like, oh, you must be so tired. Like, are you doing any work? And I'm like, actually, I'm working a lot.
You're insane how much you've been working. I can't believe it. Every call you're holding your baby. I mean, it's amazing.
It's lucky I'm not holding him right now. I just had to give him to Patrick, like for 20 minutes or how long this is going to take. But it's
not just a baby, but also a toddler. I mean, that's a lot. I mean, anyway.
Moms don't have time, right? But we find the time.
That's right. We find the time.
Time to do the things that matter, and that includes parenting, but it also includes, for me, it includes storytelling, which you have been such an inspiration to me to pursue storytelling, even when the margins feel small. And I think that's what this is all about, and I'm so grateful to be a part of it.
Oh my gosh. Well, without you, we wouldn't be doing this. Oh, but also your skill. I mean, first of all everything from like when to use a dash to the types of essays coming in, process, content. You're just like so on it. Like, and also all your experience from your time in the publishing world where you had the content calendar for us and the structure and different I mean, that's so important too.
I think it's really cool. Like, I don't know if anyone on this Instagram live is aspiring to be a writer or already is a writer. But for me, I started as a freelancer, and it's easy to feel like you get all of these different disparate experiences, and you're like, how does this all fit together? And I did this little stint at one point for a print magazine here in Nashville, and it was a really big learning curve and really hard pre-kids. But I learned so much from that experience, and then I wrote a novel and learned so much from that experience and about the editing experience. And was edited really well by my editor at HarperCollins, and then met you randomly at a bookstore, and that felt random, and like but then all of these things just kind of come together, and even the things that are hard in our lives, I think, come together to help us find the path that we're meant to be on. And so I've been grateful to be able to like pull all of that experience together to serve this project. So it's been really awesome.
I don't know. I have to find something in life to give meaning to what every day is. Yeah. Otherwise, it's too scary. It's like, and I know I'm being like flip and upbeat on these Instagram lives, but it is not like this most of the time.
I think the scariest thing for me, and maybe for people that I've spoken to, is just this idea of like, well, how long? Like, I can do this for a week. I can do this for 2 weeks. Maybe I can do this for 3 weeks, but like, how long is this really going to go on? And we don't have an answer to that. And so, for me, I as a person of faith, like, I'm kind of caught to remember my value and my worth has nothing to do with what I produce or, what my house looks like or how my kids are behaved. It has nothing to do with even how like successful our country is, because right now, even our economy is taking a huge hit, and who knows how that's going to look. I have to keep my eyes focused on like my worth, and my value does not have to do with my life here on earth. It has to do with my value that comes from my creator, and that is the most important thing. And beyond that, like, everything else is just icing. And so like, my relationship with you, my connection to be able to do this work, it's amazing. But it's all of that, I think we're all learning, is secondary to the most important things in life, which is our relationship to our souls and our relationship to our families. And that is not always easy to like get connected. It's tough. I mean, and the essay that we've launched with, for me, my essay this week is about sex, which doesn't always come easily, especially when you're quarantined with someone, which is like opposite of what you might think.
Yeah. I love that you posted on Instagram that it took you like over 10 years to have Patrick let you write about your sex life, and now this is what
I know. He is always very private, and he's like, can we not talk about my sex life with you? But I think he knew just how important this topic is right now, because we need to feel connected, and we need to feel safe, and we need to feel like comforted. And I believe sex was created to provide safety and comfort and connection. Often it's used for other things, you know, and like those things are good too, but like I think at its root, sex was meant to be a place where we could really feel safe and vulnerable. And I'm lucky to be in a marriage where that is possible. And it's been very apparent to me during this crisis that like that's such a gift. And I look over it, I don't make time for it a lot, you know. And now I'm realizing like what a special free you know, inexpensive activity it is, but what it does to my spirit and Patrick's, and how it helps us wake up the next day and like be a united front for our kids, and all of the things that it does for us that I just overlook most of the time. Yeah. So
without that core in your most personal relationships, what then your friends? I mean, I don't know.
I've read a lot of parenting books about how kids pick up on the cues that are happening between mom and dad. And the thing that kids need most is to look at mom and dad and see that they're stable. They actually need us to care for them a little bit less than we think. Like it's more powerful for them to see us caring for one another as parents. And like the other day, Patrick and I had a huge fight, like massive fight. And we did it in front of our 2-year-old. And I was a little worried about it because I was like, oh, this has never happened before. Like, what's this going to be like? But we argued through it, and we got to the end of the argument, and we resolved it and like hugged. And our son Sam was like, are you happy now? And we're like, yeah, like we figured it out. We worked it out, you know? And I think that that's really important too, for them to see their parents loving one another, but then also what healthy conflict can look like. And believe me, I think we all have times for conflict right now.
Yes. Well, your essay is so great. What it's called, How to Have Sex with a Germaphobe, something.
How to Have Sex with a Germaphobe. My husband is a huge germaphobe, which has been a point of contention in our marriage because I could care less about germs. But now I am learning that maybe I should care a little bit about germs. So, so the essay is How to Have Sex with a Germaphobe, and it's just about our relationship and how we've learned to learn from one another and maintain that connection even when the world feels like it's falling apart.
So for anybody who's watching, go read Claire's essay on wefoundtime.com, and there's also a tab on zibbyowens.com to get to it. You can see my little picture. Do you like how I tucked the Lysol and the Purell into my bed?
Was that you?
Yeah.
It's so funny because when we were on our call last week to talk about the essay, I was going to say like, oh, someone should take a picture of a bottle of Lysol on a bed. But then I thought, no, somebody else will have a better idea. And then you did it. And I was like,
oh no. Hey. Yeah, I did. I took all the pictures on the site because McCain, who you introduced us to, also was going to do it, but there was too much to do. So I was like, I used to do a lot of photography. Why not? Yeah. So anyway.
Great job. And it's just looking awesome. And we can't wait to share all the other.
I know. I really, I'm so excited. And Claire, honestly, without you, this would not have come into existence. And
more awesome people coming on your Instagram live now, including Alyssa. Which
yes, she's coming up right now. Okay.
Cool. So thank you for having me.
Bye, Claire. Thanks for everything.